La Rax, El Jefe, Mr. Glass Half Full, the revival.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Freakin Friday Show. Your boy, Mr. Glass Half Full here on behalf of New York Revival, where it's not sports, it's entertainment. I got my boy, Mr. El Jefe. Jeff,
what's up,
going
big dog?
on, my man? How we doing, kid?
Fantastic. I'm bouncing back from the Ranger game last night, both physically and spiritually. That was not the game that we bought those wisely. We bought these tickets 4 months ago because we're like, well, it's too expensive to go to the Garden for Ranger games. So we got them for Prudential, and they were only $100 4 months ago, and now these tickets were like $400 because it's a big game, big matchup. It priced a lot of people out. So we literally been counting down to this game for months, and it wasn't what we wanted, but it was a good time as always. But I'm not hurting today, but I'm not working with a full tank today. Yeah,
right. You're feeling a little aftershock. It's if you have a good crew and you have your boys around you, you're having a good time. It almost makes up for the L. It makes everything better. So
it helps.
Just being out with the guys helps.
It does help.
Listen, I don't want to waste any time here because we got a very important guest that everybody here should know. If you're a New York sports fan, my man coming in here, Mr. Keith McPherson. What's good? How we doing, sir? Round of applause. How we doing, sir?
Hey, yo.
What up? Jersey's own. You are this is I told Jeff, I was like, this is our boy, man. This is this is exactly right down our alley.
Listen, I'm a Monmouth University guy too.
Yeah, he's a Monmouth University guy. So what's going on, Keith? How you doing, my man?
Go Hawks, go Devils. Buddy. I'm great. I've sounded a lot better in the past because I was at the game yesterday getting it in. I lost my voice. I hosted a 5-hour show on WFAN, and I told people, hey, it's authentic. It's real. I'm a fan just like you are. If you went to the game and you have a voice, what were you doing in there?
Boom, exactly, man.
I'm all right. Listen, thanks for having me.
Yeah, dude. We listen. We kind of want to do the same thing. We're starting off big Giants fans. Or we want to be talking sports, and we want to talk all New York sports. So let's do some content. Let's start our podcast. And you're living the dream, man. You're living the dream. So listen, without further ado. You are the Yankee guy. You are you're a net guy too. Shout out, holla, but you're a Yankee guy. Hey, listen, we'll get into that a little bit, man. I'm worried about our Nets, but the Yanks have World Series potential all the time. It's so, and I hear it all the time on WFAN. The callers, they're like, just get us to September already. It's almost like, let's get us to the Astros series. So I don't want to jump ahead. I want to fill in our fans, our Yankee fan friends, our casual ones, the diehard ones. I want you to fill them in on what's going on here. So I got some questions I'm going to throw at you. Okay. 2022, disappointing season. End to the season. Great start to the season. Have you guys made up ground? And where have you guys gotten better for the 2023 season? How can you guys keep up with the Astros?
Man, I want to pack the 2022 season up and forget about it. I'd like to say that it has nothing to do with where we are now, and I hope that the competition has taken a step back. I kind of look at the Astros as not the same team as they were after sweeping the Yankees. That was embarrassing. They celebrated on the field at Yankee Stadium. I wanted to, scratch my eyes out. I'll never get that visual out of my brain. So this year should be hey, the Yankees are looking for revenge. They did get to the American League Championship Series. If they do rendezvous with Houston for a fourth time in the last, 6-7 years, then they got to beat them. But where do I think we got better? I think you saw yesterday, Aaron Judge is the captain. He's worth every penny. I think that guy's just carrying a different swag, a different energy about him, right? Last year at this time, he was on prove it terms. He was on bet on myself terms. He was on, all right, I got to go out there and make them pay me. I got to go out there and prove that I'm worth more than 270 or 237 million. He ends up getting 360 million. Anthony Volpe, you add that young kid to this roster. He's a local kid. All of the hype. he's not Derek Jeter, but of course, his story is similar to Derek Jeter, and we saw him get on, steal a base yesterday. There's a ton of excitement around him. Gleyber Torres, I feel like we've been talking about trading Gleyber Torres for the last 4 years. Gleyber Torres,
yes.
he doesn't want to leave. He wants to be a Yankee. So,
well, that's what I want to ask you about. Torres, it seems like Yankee fans are just ready to get rid of a guy who second basemen are not out there just hitting 25 plus home runs every day. Like it's amazing to me as a Met fan watching the hate that. Please, we'll take. Listen, we have McNeil. But I would take.
You want him?
I
was gonna say you got to send us Marte.
hey, chill out with that. Chill out. Marte's our boy, man. But listen, I know. So being a Somerset guy, I watched Volpe do his thing for Somerset Patriots last year. How excited should fans be over this guy? We know he's not going to be Jeter right away, but what can we expect year one?
I think I lost my voice yelling the loudest for his roll call and his at bats. Fans are expecting him to be what we've already known him to be. He's got speed. He steals bases. He's got a good glove, a short glove. He can hit for power. He's going to get a hold of some. They're batting him ninth kind of to protect him against these major league pitchers. And, man, he's just such a nice kid. He was obviously raised the right way. He's got his head on straight. And we're just expecting him to be the Yankee shortstop for the next, who knows, 10 to 15 years. He's a 20-year-old kid. So beautiful. I think he's already on his way. I enjoyed opening day, and I feel like the fans are behind him. Even if he struggles a little bit, we're going to pick him up.
Place must have been electric when Aaron Judge, his first at-bat.
Bro, I was just looking at my phone because I was like, all right, I got to post something on Instagram because in the moment, I'm not really on it like that.
Right.
And I told the story on WFAN how, all right, with this pitch clock, you can't I bop around the stadium. I'm everywhere. I'm in every section. I'm saying what's up to people. I've been going to Yankee Stadium for the last decade consistently. So I know a lot of folks. When Judge came up, I'm like, all right, I got to stop. And I happen to be behind home plate. And he hits that home run. And people legit started losing their minds. Throwing stuff, running around. Oh my. I was one of them. And I stopped filming. While he was hitting. I don't know why. I got his intro. I can't find the video, and it won't play.
You're too jacked up. Anyway. You're too jacked up. You blacked out.
It's just, you haven't been in the stadium since October.
Yeah.
This guy takes off, starts off where he left off. He
an MVP season to start
that pitch off his hands to dead left center, and I'm like, all right, maybe he will hit 60 again.
I was just going to say this is an unfair question, and as I tweeted yesterday, he's on an incredible home run pace right now. What is a realistic number for him this year? How many homers do you think
162? Can he keep it up?
The dude is a freak. There's no one like him in baseball.
That's true.
We can't count against him because as soon as you start counting against him, he does what he did yesterday. Everybody all offseason, the over-under, I think, betting-wise, was set at 46, and everybody's saying he can't do that. He can't do it again. He can't do it again. Don't tell this guy what he can't do. If they throw him strikes, he's going to hit them out. He's that strong.
Healthy, yeah.
Yeah, if he's playing and he's available, he's gonna do damage. So I don't know. I don't want to say I've been saying 45, but I don't want to limit him. I think if he's playing every day and they're actually pitching to him, which that's gonna stop. I think Logan Webb, he threw that slider in there. It doesn't matter. I think the league, they're gonna try to not pitch to Judge. Okay, there's other guys in this lineup that can hit. He's not gonna have to carry the weight on his own like he did last year a lot of times for the Yankees.
He's gonna get that Bonds treatment, man, until somebody steps up. And I guess that's my next question here. So we all know Judge. We all understand he's the most important cog to this engine. But who's the second most important in that lineup? Who could help Judge out, take this Yankee lineup to the levels where it needs to be?
The guy batting in front of him, DJ LeMahieu. DJ LeMahieu was a guy that was automatic with runners in scoring position. DJ LeMahieu is a guy that was getting MVP votes. He's missed the last 2 postseasons for the Yankees being hurt, being injured. And when that guy is healthy and he's right, he's a problem. So I think he's the key. I think you know what you're going to get out of Rizzo, even with Gleyber Torres, right? Gleyber, I need him to be more consistent. Josh Donaldson is washed. I've been calling him Wash Donaldson. I know Boone seems to think he's gonna have this bounce back year. Sure, I hope so. I'm a Yankee fan. I hope so. And And then guys in the lineup like Oswaldo Cabrera, Trevino, even Aaron Hicks when he gets some opportunities. Hopefully Bader gets back soon. He's someone I'm interested in seeing a full season out of. But really, it's DJ. He's the key.
If you had to pick one of the two, Hicks or Donaldson, to show something this year,
Donaldson, because Donaldson's going to play.
Yeah.
Right. Hicks is a bench guy, and at this point in his career, he's a fourth outfielder at best. He's really not even a fourth outfielder on the New York Yankees. They just kind of defaulted into this. He should be a fourth outfielder on the Royals or something.
It's facts. It's facts.
Josh Donaldson, bro. If Josh Donaldson can hit 20 bombs for us this year, that's good enough.
Agreed. Hefe, you got anything? I got tons lined up here, so you jump in.
Well, TK is just asking if we could talk about the dookie that the Rangers took last night.
Are we live on YouTube or Twitch or something?
We're
live
on YouTube, and
Twitch, Twitter.
So
I'm lacking. I gotta pull up.
It's so you're a Devils fan, Jersey boy, Devils fan, huh?
Yes,
sir.
Is that
what I'm gathering? All
yes,
right, all right. Listen, we
were
all
perfect.
If we didn't watch the Devils beforehand, now we all know that this is going to be a for real matchup if it happens in the playoffs, man. You guys are no joke.
I mean, if we end up getting the 1 seed, then it won't happen. But
true.
I think it's going to happen. I think it's written in the stars. It's destiny.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to give this area some juice. I've been talking about it on the Fan. And the funny thing about the Fan is when I came in, I didn't have an allegiance. I didn't have a hockey team. I didn't watch hockey. And literally everyone in there is like, oh, don't worry about it. Nobody cares about hockey. Don't worry about it. Like, you don't need to know anything about hockey. Like, you know enough about the other sports. Like, you're good. And I'm like, nah, that doesn't make sense. Like, I kind of made a whole thing about it. Like, hey, I'm going to choose a team. I'm a free agent. I'm free agent fan on the Fan. If you want your hockey team talked about during my show, and the Devils came and got me, rolled out the red carpet. They treat me like a celebrity in there.
There you go.
Woo! I'm rolling.
They made it easy for you.
Yeah, shit, man. We got to listen. Devils kicked the Rangers' ass. We're Ranger fans, but we're looking forward to this series. I had Stefan Matteau on the show last year, man, and there's always going to be the Matteau. But when Rangers and Devils get into it, it's just the whole, like you said, when playoff hockey happens in this area, everybody remembers how much they like hockey again, and they even start talking about it on WFAN because Boomer always cracks. He's like, no, Craig used to crack on Boomer saying nobody gives a shit about hockey.
You can curse on your own podcast, Spiro.
Yeah.
You kind of
yeah, we can definitely curse on here, right? This is SBC regulated.
Shit, whatever you want to do. I had the little guy out there for a second, so I just
okay. I understand that. I don't have a kid yet.
He's gone.
My son's gonna enter the earth any day now. In the next 2 weeks, I'll have my first son. Yeah. So
I'll
be having to watch my mouth in the house, which is near impossible. I can do it on the radio. As soon as I get home, I'm fuck shit.
Yeah, same. It's hard to turn it off.
I respect you for being able to turn it off, and we're like, listen. We could go for the PG crowd, or we could just be ourselves, and we decided just to be ourselves on this show, and we let loose. It's the bar scene, we got drinks and all that, but listen, the new McPherson's going to be in the lineup now, and you might have to be the second best athlete in your own family. I know it's going to be tough.
I would love that.
Right? That's best case, right?
Because I'm the best athlete in my family by far. Nobody else did anything. Nobody else played varsity. Nobody else went to college. I'm the only one that went D1 and still at 34, I can still hoop a little bit. I can swing the bat. I can damn sure throw a football. I would love for my son to be more athletic than me. We'll have a good time.
All right, I got a question then. Spiro, I'll ask the stupid questions and you can ask the serious sports questions. You were a D1 quarterback for a couple of years, right?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get a barometer because of how far, if it's good, how far I can throw a football. Do you know what your distance is? How far you could actually throw?
I used to be able to and there's a few different ways. On a knee, I could throw the ball 30, 40 yards. Flat-footed, I could throw it 50. Dropping back, I was able to get it to 60 in the air. I don't know if I'm still there.
That's impressive.
I would have to ice up my shoulder.
Yeah, right.
Free throws, I had to ice up my shoulder for a week.
Yeah. Last year I gave it a go. I threw it 49 yards. And I'm older than you. And I think I pulled 6 or 7 muscles up and down. My rib cage was tight for a week after that, but I left it all out on the field. So I'm proud of it. Screw it.
So we want to hear more about your come up because it's a very interesting story. you know, being a Jersey kid, we always, you know, rep your kind. So we want, tell us about Fan Cave. Tell us about your come up and how you got into the game, man. Like, everybody love to hear it.
It's kind of crazy because I've been telling the story a lot more in the last year or two. And I'm able to kind of like now step outside of myself and understand that like I'm part of a very small percentage of people that do make it the way that I made it. But I you know, I took a lot of risks and I didn't really stray too far from what I was interested in and what I liked. And, you know, I took a lot of L's and a lot of people shitted on me and disrespected me or didn't give me opportunities. It's still happening. But like, I've always been like steadfast on my purpose and my journey. And there's no substitute for work. I always have put in the work. Nothing has been given to me. So we can go back to college, right? I go to James Madison University on a Division I football scholarship to play quarterback. I'm a fish out of water. I get out of there in 3 semesters. I survived 2 seasons as the 4th string quarterback, then the 3rd string quarterback. And I'm just like, this is shitty. Like, I'm down here in Virginia with these Southern folks and like, I don't fit in here. The girls are pretty down here, but that's the only thing I really like. I hate school. I hate football. I'm out. I transfer home to Monmouth University. I'm a Monmouth County guy. I was born in Monmouth Medical Center. I went to Ocean Township High School. I graduated from Monmouth University. I'm at Monmouth University. I'm trying to get on the field, so I switch positions. I start returning kicks, returning punts, playing wide receiver, playing the X, playing the Z, outside and slot, like just like whatever. I got enough speed. I got enough athleticism. I can try and get on the field. I ball out in my second spring. My first spring, I got to sit out. These kids now are so spoiled. They have the transfer portal. They have NIL deals. They have sports gambling, legal weed. I didn't have any of that in college.
Legal weed.
I didn't have any of that. It was always harder. So my second year at Monmouth, I'm like in line to be one of the like top 4 or 5 receivers where I'll get some burn. I turn 21. I go out drinking, partying with my brother, crank, break my foot. That effectively like ends my football career because I wasn't ready to go in camp. And then I kind of just started drinking and partying and getting more into the party scene. I was a DJ.
Monmouth was fun, dude.
Of course. Age 15 to like 27, I DJ'd. I still have 2 turntables, microphone, all that stuff set up. So I'm going to school and I'm like, all right, I got to get out of here because I ended up like dropping out. I don't know. It was rough. I was just a knucklehead. I was on campus this week and I was like, damn, I was so immature. I was painfully immature at school, but like giving up football made me realize like, you got to get something out of this, bro. So I ended up giving my scholarship back, but then really locking in on the radio and television program on campus at Plangier, Hawk TV and WMCX. They had a TV studio and an FM radio station on campus. So I really started to get reps and like, you know, get over the fear and the initial, like, you know, stage fright and just, you know, nervous panic. I graduated and it was crickets. It was quiet for me. But since I started DJing at the bars and started DJing, you know, in the area, I was able to like survive off of booking DJ gigs. I'll DJ the strip club Centerfold on the Asbury Circle. And then the next day I'll be DJing someone's Sweet 16. So I was just hustling and grinding like that. And then they built a guitar center in my town. 300 people applied for 30 jobs. I was one of those people that got one of the 30 jobs. I worked there selling DJ equipment, right? Still staying in like the same lane. And the MLB Fan Cave had auditions where you set a 2-minute YouTube video talking about yourself and what you do and, you know, why you should be in the Fan Cave. I did it. I sent it in. They brought me out to Arizona spring training for an audition. I crushed the audition. I made the Fan Cave. I left Guitar Center in 2014. And I watched Jeter's final season every game in New York in the Fan Cave. And then when that was done, it was quiet for me again. I moved back home with my mom. And for 5 months, I'm applying to jobs. I was this close to taking a job at Home Depot down the street from me. MTV calls. I get an interview with MTV. I go on the second interview. And now I get the job as social media coordinator for MTV2. I worked there for 2.5 years. I'm not feeling it anymore. I'm not making enough money. I don't really care to work with like Snooki and like Cannon and like Charlemagne and them. Like, it's cool, but I'm a sports guy. So I remember not having enough experience on my resume to get anything like coming out of college. Like You know, even coming out of fan cave, you don't have enough experience. But now I have 2.5 years of experience plus a year at the fan cave. So I'm applying to only sports media type of jobs. And I'm driving Lyft Uber for about a month. And I get a call from Fubo TV when they're in their infancy. I think I was like the 80 something,
Wow.
like 85, you know, employee hired. And I was the first social media manager there. So I helped them for about a year and helped them kind of, you know, get clientele and use my sports knowledge to build out their voice and their brand. And Rock Nation comes calling.
Damn.
So Jay-Z
I
hits
just-
you up.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
like, all right, well, let me see what's behind this door. Rock Nation Sports Agency.
I will take that call. Yeah.
Yes.
They said they needed a digital marketing manager to help with their sports clients, specifically NFL. At the time,
Hell yeah.
Saquon Barkley had just signed. Leonard Fournette was there. Todd Gurley was there. Geno Smith was there. I get to text these guys and
Wow.
work with these guys every day. I'm logging in to like NFL player, like Todd Gurley and Leonard Fournette trust me to log into their Instagram. I always tell people I love that because I really got to see like they do get DMs from these Instagram
I'm
models.
sure.
Maybe they were sending them. I never dived deep, but I remember logging in and being like, "Hey, that's crazy. I don't know you." Like,
Yeah.
talking to
I'm
this chick.
sure.
I worked there only for 3 months. And that summer I was going through it because it was the summer of 2018. And I was seeing guys on Yankees Twitter start to vlog and make podcasts and put out content, and they're rising. Their followers are rising. They're getting opportunities. And I'm like, that's me. And this job, man, it had the like culture of like a music label. Like they work you to the bone from the time you wake up to the time you go to sleep. Can you do this? Can you do that? And when you work in social media, they never turn social media off.
Yep.
So if you're the social media guy, I'm getting text messages at 1 a.m. about something from someone from LA. They don't care about the time difference, whatever. I was like, I'm out of here. This isn't for me. So I jumped out of the window, literally, and I had no job. I bought a new MacBook, a camera, and I started going to Yankee Stadium a lot and vlogging and just creating content. And I learned how to edit videos, edit photos, and I just started, you know, building out who I thought I was or wanted to be on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. And then people started taking to it, and I started to rise. And then I did a Yankees podcast, and then I did some stuff with Yes Network. And then another season goes by, 2019 season goes by, and I'm done doing that Yankee podcast. And John Boy has an actual company. Like now, somebody that I know on Yankees Twitter has an actual business and a company. And I'm like, hey, if you need a guy, here's my resume, which you probably don't know about me because you just really know me from Yankees Twitter. But like combine my like professional experience with what you've seen of me online and in the stadium. He brings me in to be a social media manager. At first, it was free. Like I worked for free for a month. And then for like another 2 months, it was like $15 an hour. But I didn't care because I was, you know, I went from like collecting unemployment. I just was looking for the opportunity. I knew they were building something legit. And then right as the pandemic hit, they elevated me to a full-time social media manager position for like 60 grand. I took it, but like the pandemic hit and it was like, well, now like, what are we supposed to do? Like there's no sports on.
Yeah.
I can't come into the office. Like we all might die.
Right. That little thing.
Panic time. But you know what? We grinded through it. And I grinded through it doing my Nets content. That's the biggest thing that happened in the like pandemic time. Talking Nets, the Yes Network, the Brooklyn Nets took us on, and like we actually like started to build a brand for Nets fans. And then my second year at John Boy, I got asked to do an audition at WFAN. It was a Wednesday night. I'm not thinking much of it. I go on from 11 to 2. I do my thing. I think I sucked, honestly. And obviously I was wrong. Because they got a good interaction on Twitter from people that supported me online. They got a little uptick in like tweets and stuff. And they kind of ghosted me for a little while. Spike kept in touch with me, but like they ghosted me as far as like telling me what would happen next. Right. So I'm hitting them like, hey, can I get another tryout? I think that one sucked. I can do better. Maybe it'll be a night the Yankees play, something like that. They're like, nah, you know, like we got some things we're working on. We'll be in touch. October comes, like all September passes. Yeah. It's a whole month. October comes, and I learned that Steve Summers is going to retire, and they're going to put me in the nighttime spot where he was. And I'm like, you sure about that? I got no experience.
There's some shoes to fill.
This is a legend, and
Just
I'm an unknown. I'm
Yeah.
like, this isn't going to go over well with people that love the station, love this man. And like, I already got trolls and haters online for me. Like, but you know what? I looked at it as a huge opportunity and a blessing, and I took it head on. And I went to school for radio and television. So I felt like it was the dream manifesting. And in, 3 months of doing WFAN, MLB Network reached out with a pilot episode idea for a show called Off Base, and I got to be on the initial cast of that show. So last season, I'm doing Off Base in the afternoon. I'm driving from Secaucus to the Bronx, watching the Yankee game, driving from the Bronx to Tribeca, hosting, and just doing that every day, Monday through Friday, like 3 or 4 times a week. And here we are, fast forward to this season.
Wow.
Off Base is back. They're on today. But like in the conversations I had with them, I'm like, I could be having a baby at any time.
Right.
Like you can't really have a cast member who potentially goes on paternity leave for 6 weeks in the beginning of the baseball season. I didn't really pick that timing out that great.
Hey, life happens, man.
Wifey and I went to LA for the All-Star game last year. It was a blast.
Things happen. Things happen.
If you could do the math from right now to July. Yeah.
That's kind of
funny
cool.
how you
That's
say
pretty
that,
much
'cause
it, man. That's pretty
we
much
got
it.
two boys, both born 5 days apart from each other. 9 months before that is Cinco de Mayo.
Oh.
Every time.
I was gonna
I'm just
say,
like, we
what is
just
that?
must be big tequila guy. Big tequila fans over here. But man, listen, that story is phenomenal. It just, for anybody with a dream like me and Jeff have, and there's millions of people out there, you manifested it. You worked your way up the ladder. You put things in place. You had the passion, which is you have to have that passion first, and then you did stuff to put on your resume to manifest it. And perfect combination. And listen, I listen to you all the time on WFN because that's the only free time I got. You're doing a great job, man. Keep killing it. So I just we wanted to get your story out there because being a local guy and doing what you're doing, it's pretty awesome, man. Pretty awesome.
What I'll add to that too, fellas, is something that people can't always see. You got to be a good person behind the scenes. Your name enters the room before you do. Word travels about how you treat people, how you conduct business, how you act. And people are blowing me up, bro. Like right now, San Francisco radio is calling me. I got to go on the radio for Odyssey's San Francisco affiliate to talk about the series right now. And I told them we were supposed to do it 2 days ago. And I'm like, I'm going live on a pod and I'm not going to. They can call me back and go on the radio in 15 minutes. But
right.
What I wanted to say was that I'm solid, right? The same way you guys reached out to me. Like people think I'm big time because I'm doing TV, radio. I was on, News 4 for Bruce Beck Sunday. I was at Bleacher Report. I just went back to Monmouth University campus to host an event. All those things are great, but I feel like I get those opportunities because I am a good guy, because I am solid behind the scenes. And when people meet me and they shake my hand and they get to know me, they're like, okay, this guy is someone that, made his way from nothing and he hasn't changed. Like the success hasn't changed him and it never will. I will always be trying to pay it forward and help people out. And I think that's important to add too. Yeah, you got to have, the skills and the talent and connect the dots and manifest and all that. But, if you're an asshole, nobody's booking you or telling somebody else to book you. All they're going to tell people is this guy's a fucking jerk off. And, you don't want to meet him. You don't want to work with him.
That's an underrated point you made about like just being a good person, the relationships you build along the way, because, this is pretty much a startup podcast, been doing it for a year. But we were lucky enough to get Tiki Barber on here, Nate Burleson, Joy Taylor. And it's because I think word travels from one person to the next. And everyone knows each other in the business. So I think you show that you're good people, that you mean well and good things happen. But your story is inspiring, man. I was reading up on you today and it's an awesome story. Love that you're a Monmouth guy. Was Ferg at the radio station while you're there?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Ferg is my guy.
I was in that studio doing the same things. That's awesome.
I always appreciate Ferg. And I actually meant to reach out to him because he was one of the first. He sent me like edible arrangements or something, or like.
Of course he did.
Maybe I don't eat fruit. So like I didn't do anything with it. And it was like the first gift I got at WFAN. But I always remember Ferg supporting me. And I was trash when I was on the radio at Monmouth, but he worked with me. And he knew. I remember signing the wall and getting my, WMCX alum shirt. He's like, you got something, man. You're going to make it one day. You'll figure it out. And I appreciate people like that because I've had so many people along my life say, along the course of my life, say the opposite. You ain't shit. You're not going to make it. You'll never be anything. You're not what you think you are. You should give it up. You should quit, whatever. So I appreciate someone like Professor Ferguson who was like, yeah, go for it, man. I think you'll find some success.
He's a good dude, and he was right. Look at you now.
So, gun to your head, better chance right now. Which New York team is better built to make a run at this thing? Mets, Yankees. Given the NL and IL, all certain situations, who's got that best chance is currently constructed? We know it's going to change.
It's the Yankees because of how they're constructed and because of who they'll be facing. Right, the Mets right now, the Verlander news sucks. You obviously lost Quintana. You lost Edwin Diaz for the season. And then when you look at the NL, the Braves, the Dodgers, the Padres, the Phillies, like there's a lot of teams with talent that are going to be in the mix again. And you got to be healthy and ready to roll when you see them. And as we found out for the Mets last year, every win counts. If they had one more win, they win the division. So they got to survive this early on without some of these arms. And they better hope Kodai Senga's legit. Even for the Yankees, they got to survive too without Rodon, without Sevy. But I mean, I think Cole held it down. He sent a message yesterday, and I think they've got enough talent offensively where they'll be able to survive. But yeah, construction wise, the Yankees have I think a better lineup and definitely a better bullpen. It was looking like the best rotation in baseball. Now with guys hurt, Frankie Montas as well, like not so much, but I think they'll survive. And then it's also about who you got to face, right? Maybe the Blue Jays are going to be good this year, but like they have been supposed to be good the last 3 years. Maybe the White Sox will emerge or it's,
right.
Really,
there's no clear,
the Astros, the Mariners,
it's
the Yankees.
Realistically, it's like you look at the Astros, they're the target. You guys
Cleveland Guardians, I'm not really worried about.
Right. Fair. That's fair. Okay. I got another quick question for you. Being a Jersey City guy, favorite Jersey City spot to eat? Give me one. As a former Jersey City guy too, I got my choice, but I need to hear from you. Foodie or not? What's your spot?
I'm always eating Mexican food. There's two Mi Mariachis, and I'm not going to I know Taqueria downtown is literally down the street from me. It's on the beaten path. Everybody goes there. I used to go there a lot. I don't go there anymore. Especially there was a fight and all this crazy stuff that happened a couple weeks ago over there. I was like, you won't catch me over there. Mi Mariachi 2. And there's this Ranchero Taqueria that's bomb. I always am over there. If you want a fancier spot that costs a little more, Sushi by Boo. Sushi by Boo is in Ani Ramen in the back, and it's omakase, and it's really good, but it's $400 to eat there.
Yeah, right. Bring your paychecks. Hey, Jeff, do you have any other questions for Keith? I want to get him out of here. I know this guy's a busy man.
Yeah, my phone is blowing up. I'm like,
I know.
Hey, go take care of your
baseball
business,
season, man. This is it for you.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm flattered and I'm honored to get these opportunities and stuff, but I'm a good guy. So I'm not gonna end the show on you guys to they can wait. We'll close this out and then I'll go do my thing.
We appreciate you for coming through. We know you got a lot of things going on with the baseball season just started. Happy opening day. You spent the day out there in Yankee Stadium, Billy's. So I know you're tired. You got you had a full day yesterday. So appreciate you for coming on, my man, and speaking to the fans because they all like hearing about it, man. And hopefully we're gonna have you back soon.
I will be back when you need me, and I look forward to meeting you guys. Keep at it. Keep plugging away. I already tweeted out the link to this live, and I think we added a couple people to the chat. So
appreciate you, my man.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, not a problem. Thanks for having me.
All right, my man. Take it easy, Keith.
Great to meet you. Take care, man.
Later, guys.
Good dude.
That was awesome. Good dude. I mean, listen, he is again the epitome for anybody that's in this game right now, like me and Jeff are. He so knowledgeable about sports, but he has the passion behind it, and he did it the old school, man. He didn't have any connections. He just went through the whole process. So respect that about him, and I hope that the Yankee fans out there and baseball fans alike, the guy talks all sports. I hope you guys got a little something out of that, and we were hoping to give you some good shit on a Freakin Friday.
Yeah,
And,
man. We got his Twitter handle on the banner
Yeah.
below. Go follow him. He's a good follow. Good dude.
Roldy, listen, you missed the show. Go back. It's on YouTube. Don't worry about it. We'll send out the links. We have it on podcast. I'll put it out there for you guys as well. Go catch the show because knowledgeable dude on the Yankees, man. Very knowledgeable. Anything on tap this weekend, Jeff? Are you watching a little Final Four? What you got?
What is this? I don't know. Maybe Bed Bath and Beyond. I don't know if I'll have enough time. Let's kind of see how it goes. I've got a clip for you that I just got to show you.
Yes.
Unmute yourself once I play it here.
Yes.
But talk about a plan that went. I mean, it's gone viral, so maybe this was his plan, but he paid for it. Here's a guy proposing in the outfield, and he just gets absolutely wiped out by security. Check this out. Amazing. Best moment of my life. I love you, babe. Wife check. Her life's got forever. Life is good. Life is good. Boosh. Oh.
Crushed.
Listen to the voice. No way. So amazing.
Yo.
So amazing.
That's like Brian Dawkins crushing Ike Hilliard, kind of like just soul crushing tackle. The guy was peacefully trying to, you could have just put his hands behind him, walked him off the field. He probably would have done it. The guy was making a statement with that, like Terry Tate fucking linebacker.
Well, it's opening day, right? They're trying to say, like, I wonder if they had a meeting beforehand. Like, listen, guys, we're not taking any shit this season, all right? But I mean, like, I would kind of love if that was a normal thing. That's just a free shot. These are probably high school linebackers that are just
think about that guy trying to make his name. He's like, I'm not going to let this guy just casually walk. I'm going to just take him out, and he will forever be the form tackle. He might get some calls from some NFL teams.
He might. That's good form. It was really good form. I wonder if that dude hurt his neck or anything. He got some whiplash there. I think they were playing DMX there, Eli. Eli Rax in the chat. We miss you, brother.
We saw you out there. We miss you, man. Eli will be back, and we'll all be back on Tuesday. So if you guys miss Eli, come see us on Tuesday, where we'll have another great guest. If you guys are Knicks fans out there, we're going into the playoffs. We got a Schwinny Pod coming on. Schwinny Poo's going to talk about Knicks and get us all hyped up, ready to go into the playoffs. So if you guys are interested, come check us out. But listen, I got nothing else. I
actually have one more for you.
Give me.
I forget if it was you or Eli who threw this in the chat earlier today.
Yes.
But there's a enticing basketball scenario going around on Twitter today, and it really had me thinking. I'm curious what our answers will be.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, if you're offered, like, you have one option to score on to score one-on-one basketball, to score on a 5th grader, an 8th grader, varsity player, but you get paid more and more the higher you go up. So 5th grader is $1 million. You can get $1 million. You score in a 5th grader. 8th grader, 10 million. Varsity player, 50 million.
Mm-hmm.
D1 player, 100 million. I don't think we're going to go above here because the other options are like prime Kobe.
But let's throw it out there for people, for the people that think they're really ballers.
Okay,
throw it out there for
D1
them.
player, $100 million. NBA player, 500 million. But I guess you only have one. I'm thinking you only get one possession.
Yeah,
you get one chance.
It's one possession. Can you get a bucket on them?
Listen, do you have your answer, or you need to think about
it? I think I do. I want you to go first.
Okay, I'm going to let you know my reasoning. I'm just under 6 feet. There are, like, I don't get to pick the 8th grader, so there are 8th graders out there much bigger than me.
Mm-hmm.
And we're talking present day too. This is a present day scenario, right?
Yes, 100% right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
In that case, I'm taking the 5th grader right to the fucking hoop. I'm backing his ass down, and I'm praying to God I make that layup. I am taking that $1 million right to the goddamn bank.
I like it.
Because if I get swatted by an 8th grader, that's going to be some of the most embarrassing shit in the world.
$1 million is you could do things with $1 million. Life changing.
I'd call it life changing. I'm sure as fuck call it life changing.
If you invest it properly, that's life changing.
It's not like FU money you never have to work again, but agreed. it is life changing for sure.
I like your answer. I'm going to say I'm going for that varsity player, man. I'm going for that varsity player.
Varsity.
Listen,
50 million.
As a person that I played basketball my whole life growing up. I'm a shooter.
Lots of people did, Spiro.
But all I need to do is
you're gonna put that on one jump shot.
Yeah, I have faith in my jump shot.
When you have to pay
50 mil is absolutely that's not just life.
That's life. That's generations.
That's family life changing shit.
When you miss that jump shot and you have to pay for your kid's college, you're gonna be like, man, I really should have backed down that 5th grader.
Listen, you're right. But see, I'm always a go big, go home kind of guy. And that 50 mil, man, I'll take my chances with that little step back shot. And all you need is just to get it over. The varsity guy, call it what, 6'3", 6'4" at best.
Well, it depends. It's such a wide range.
I have faith in myself. I have faith in my shot. I'm gonna take my 50 mil. I'm gonna take my shot at that 50 mil. What you're gonna do is get that easy 1 mil and turn it into 50 mil after a couple of years. And you're gonna laugh at me when I miss my shot.
See, it's such a wide range when you say varsity player, because I went to a small high school and we were good. Like we were 19-5 my senior year. We were a good team, but when we played bigger schools, like our center was 6'3". When you play bigger schools, their point guard is 6'3", and it changes everything. So
it's true.
We played against some like heavy recruits too. So if you catch one of those guys as your varsity player, you're fucked.
Yeah, you're right. It's again. I like my chances with a shot, but man, I totally get taking that quick easy L for that $1 million and turn that shit into more money. Makes sense. Hey, that's why basketball is awesome. You don't have to sprint in basketball if you don't want to. You don't have to sprint. That's why my big ass is a shooter now, and I'm taking my shot. I'm taking my shot.
Eli, I think you said the 8th grader. He said he's going for the 8th grader.
Yeah. Okay. That's
which is a good middle round. That's 10 mil, which is most likely stop working money.
Right. And if you're a freak, you're probably you're like a freak of nature. You're 6'2", 6'3", 6'4" at that point. You're usually still growing into it, so you're not going to get too many 6'2" plus. So I like taking the chances with the 8th grader. Makes sense.
You know what? Even if you win $1 million, it's going to be really hard to go back to work knowing you have $1 million.
I know.
Like that's not like
I'm a millionaire.
You can't just you can't just sit for the rest of your life. But
it's true. I like that question. I think we have to throw that question out, and we'll modify it too a couple times too. Maybe like, can you like throw a 10-yard pass on 10 attempts versus starting NFL cornerback? We'll throw these out to you
and
guys
I would like
down
to,
the line.
You know what else I'd like to do when we make up the next scenario is make the dollar amounts a little more human, a little more realistic. Like we're talking 100 million, $8 billion to score. Like, can we make like give me like an option that's $500 and then 10 grand,
$500, $1,000. Agreed.
We need to bring those numbers back to earth.
We're gonna work on this for you guys. We're gonna workshop it, and we're gonna come back at you guys with some fun hitting stuff. So listen, guys, we've said it all. We don't want to take up too much of your time. We know we got to get back to your work or family, whatever the hell you guys do on a freaking Friday.
Freaking Friday.
We're thankful that you guys joined us. We appreciate you guys. And Jeff, if you got nothing else, we're gonna close you guys out. Thank you for listening to New York Revival, the Freakin Friday Show. Peace out.
Peace out, Eli, Rax, Spiro, Hefe. Thanks for hanging out with us on a Friday. We'll see you soon. Peace.